theater and my theater training prepared me to be a salesperson when I didn't even know that that's what I was preparing for, right? You have to be able to stand on the street and talk to a stranger and not be nervous. You might be the smartest person in the room. You might be the greatest showing agent of all times. Maybe you can negotiate better than anybody else. But if you can't stand on the street and talk to a stranger, come up with something you have in common and get their contact information, then you cannot work for me. All acting really is listening, right? It's listening and breathing. And so many people listen just to hear themselves talk with their response, when like the best actors, and I think honestly the best salespeople, listen to respond. So everyone else listens to reply. You all know that person who's like, hey, how was your weekend? Please tell me really quickly so I can tell you how my weekend was. Like, that's everybody. Versus like, how was your weekend? Oh, no shit. Crazy. You did what? Like, you know, and for me, that's how you sell. Like, you get people talking. I think people really underestimate the work. And that's a hard thing to interview for. Because if I ask you, are you a hard worker? You're going to say, absolutely. And if I say, you work weekends and you're not going to sleep, right? And you're going to work through holidays for the first 3 years you're with me, you're going to say, if you really want to be here, you're going to say, sure. And then we'll see how it works out for 2 weeks. And that's a risk that I sometimes have to take with people. But I look for 3 things with everybody that comes onto the team, and really with any good agent, right? Kind of the 3 E's. Like, they have to have empathy. They have to be able to be with a client in good times and in bad times. It's the only way you can get any deal done. Otherwise, you're just a messenger passing on information. And the empathy quality is hard to find. And I do that by asking 2 questions. I'll ask someone to tell me about the greatest day of their life, and I'll ask someone to tell me about the worst day of their life. And the greatest day of their life, if they're just like, the day my daughter was born, that's not great. Okay, I'm glad that you know what the greatest day of your life is, but if you can't tell me how amazing that day was when I asked you that question, how are you ever going to be excited for someone when they're trying to choose between their own condos? And if you are going to be excited, you're going to be phoning it in. And then the worst day of your life, if you're like, the day my dad died. Okay, so how are you going to talk to somebody when they're going through a really, really bad sale, or they're going through a divorce and they're trying to negotiate the thing? Like, there's a lot of ups and downs. So it's empathy, it's enthusiasm. I need you to be excited about everything, because that's really what we're selling. I am selling enthusiasm. I'm not just selling apartments. The apartments are really my widget, right? Which is kind of like why I do so many different things. Like, real estate is kind of the umbrella that I fall underneath, and then the apartments, the buildings, the courses, the vlogs, the books, they're all my different widgets and different lemons that fall under the same tree. And so there's enthusiasm and energy. Like, you've got to be able to wake up, get out of bed, be excited, like have strong energy throughout the day, because the business is a roller coaster. And so I think a lot of agents have trouble with those 3 things. They either don't understand why people are difficult, okay, because they have a hard time with empathy. They have a hard time bouncing back when things are low, or if they've lost a deal, or they look on the wrong side of the road. Like, I talk about it a lot, and I've talked about it in vlogs and stuff, but I make a conscious effort. Like, I see it's overcast right now, right? But to me, it's bright, sunny, amazing skies. It's an amazing day to be alive. It could be a lot worse. And at the end of the day, I am a real estate broker in New York City. I also can't take yourself too seriously.